Coach, going up there this tomorrow, do you think, having seen them once, do you think that maybe Samaji is going to be able to help you a little bit more now that she's got a little more experience under her belt?
Yeah, I think from now on, she's working really hard. I think she's more focused right now. And, the truth about it is we need her. So I think she'll be ready, and she's someone that can really be an impact player for us. She's one of the few people that can alternate. She can alter shots around the rim. She can get those rebounds even without boxing out. So I think, we need her. We need her down the stretch for the rest of the Pac-12.
Speaking of boxing out, what did you guys drill into their heads this week about rebounding?
Just a lot of boxing out, a lot. So I think that when you work on something consistently, and it's probably some of it's probably my fault because we're young, not extremely disciplined. So I had to probably, we work on it with drills, but I had to focus on it more because at first I thought, oh, we're just, we're going to get better, work on it a little bit. But then it's like progressively getting a little bit worse. So, we're going to work on it a lot. And I think that you'll see us get better at it because the truth is that we're not going to out jump anybody we play. We're in one position we're more athletic than who we play. And that's pretty much Aries' position. Every other position, we're not the better athletes. So we have to be more technical and more disciplined. And I think some of that's my fault for not making us do that. But I think we're going to do it better now, for sure. I think you'll see an improvement on Friday.
So halfway through the Pac-12 season, are you where you thought you'd be?
Yeah, I think I wasn't really sure with this team. We're young and, 3 transfers inserted to the lineup. Am I happy? Yeah, I mean, I'm not extremely happy. I think I'd have been a lot happier with a couple of games, stealing a couple that I felt we could have. And I was disappointed about the UCLA game, but in triple overtime, either us or UCLA would have been disappointed. But I felt like there was little things we could have done better, but I'm sure UCLA feels the same way. So it was still a good game. But I think that we're sitting in a pretty good position. We're all there's a big cluster in the middle. So this is a really important game for us. And then, going to the Washingtons is important. I think every game from now on is important because, we control our own destiny. So I'm going to see how we react. It's going to be a very tough game. It's going to be physical. It's going to be rowdy. I just want to give a shout out to all of our fans because to get 2 buses, and we could have got probably 4, but there just wasn't. I think there's a big golf tournament there, so there wasn't a lot of other buses available, but I think we would have got more. So 2 buses full of fans that sold out right away. I think that says a lot about just people loving us and wanting to follow us. So I think that's just really special to our team.
Any significant wrinkles you're going to maybe try?
We're going to switch up. Yeah, a couple of small things we're going to do differently, just like I'm sure they are, but not changing a whole lot because I think at this point you kind of have to do what you do. You get better at certain things, but I mean what we did worked the first time, and I think we really controlled the game. So I don't want to change too much. Just kind of add a couple things that will help us have an advantage.
So at that last game, an ASU fan stopped and talked to me, and he said it was the worst he had seen them play in a really long time. What do you think you guys did to cause that?
I think we played some really tough physical defense, and I don't think they were used to teams playing as physical as they do. I think that we were really on it. I thought that, to hold them to 39 points, and they're a really good team, it said a lot. Because it's not like a team we take lightly. I think they just didn't expect that. Kind of like we had a similar situation at Utah. They just punched us in the face right away, and we were like, whoa, on our heels the whole time. I think that's what we did to ASU. So I think they know that. I think they're more pumped probably about the game than we are, which they should be, because they were the better team, and we won at our place. They're the more experienced team. They're the team with more depth. So and just have been in these situations more. So and they're also playing at home. So those are reasons to be confident. But for us, there's also reasons to be confident because we won the first one, and it's about now. But now we got to go and show that we can beat them again, and that's going to be a hard task. So I'm curious to how we're going to respond to that. I'm excited. I wish I was playing.
Is the team as a whole pretty healthy now?
Yeah, we're fine. So thank goodness that Lucia is okay, and we're feeling good. We're in a good place. I think they're motivated, and that's what the rivalry does. And it's good for us that Kate Reese, Samaje, and Bryce, they've now experienced what it's about because it is different. A rivalry is always fun. There's more emotions. It's like you're pumped up. So I think they're going to be better the second time around, all 3 of the freshmen. And transfers because they had never played in our rivalry. So
How would you describe Ari's progression from when you coach her at Washington to now where she is now?
Well, I think that she's just gotten better and better. She's gotten stronger. Her role is very different. She was a pass-first point guard, and now we're asking her to do a lot of things. And I think she's responded really well. There are areas of her game that she has to keep on improving. She needs to be more consistent from the three-point line. Continue to go off her right hand and pull up jumpers. But she's able to do those things, and she'll grow. Like next year, you'll see a better player. I think also one of the things you'll see next year is she can have someone else create her shots. And right now, no one can create shots for her. She kind of creates shots for everybody. So we have to find a way to create Ari good shots because she's a good three-point shooter. She's not a shooter. She's a scorer, but she's very capable of shooting them in the high 30s or 40%. I think she can do that. So, we have to help her out. I think our team overall has been more aggressive lately as a unit. So I think that helps her. But tomorrow you're going to see them be very physical with her. I think they're going to really force us to shoot outside, and other people have to step up. We don't want Ari to score 35 points a game and carry us. We want 4 people in double digits if we want to win.
I thought Dominique played really good defense on IPAS in the first
did.
game. So what are some of the keys to kind of defending IPAS, especially Charlie really wants her to take her shots?
Yeah, she's a really good player. Don't give her trail threes. Make her work really hard. Make her guard us. Ari did a good job of getting her in foul trouble the first game. But Dominique is very important for us. Dominique on the floor down the stretch against UCLA would have probably had a better chance to win. So we need Dominique to stay out of foul trouble. And I have to do a better job when she gets one quick one. I got to take her out for a second. And I think I probably haven't managed her well because I'm always like, oh, she's smart. She won't get the second one. Then boom, the second one. So she's an emotional player, which is good. So I have to be able to sit her down, talk to her, put her back in, and I need to do a better job of that.
Coach, with Kate winning 2 Freshman of the Week awards, do you think that's going to maybe take some of the focus off Ari, where they're now going to have to pay more attention to her?
No, I think she's a freshman. I think they'll just play her the same, and I think the focus will still be on Ari. But I think that people will recognize that Kate's playing better. But I knew she would. People would ask, and I wasn't worried about it. She's going to be like that. She's a freshman. But she's playing hard, like always. It's what to be expected. She's a blue-collar player, and she's just going to continue to get better. So I think that she's just giving us another threat. And what I like is not how other people view her, but her confidence. Because if you're playing well and you're getting those awards, you're more confident. So that's what I like, because we need her to be confident, because we need her to be aggressive. So.
Speaking about physicality and fouls, is that something that worries you in a more physical game?
No, it doesn't worry me, but because what I think the referees are going to call it very tight. I think because the UCLA game was extremely physical, I think that from the get-go it's going to be really tight to set the tone. I think it's going to have to be, or it's going to be a rugby match, and I don't think anybody wants to see that. So I think it's going to be both teams have to play smart, or else people are going to foul out. I mean, it could be a game with a lot of fouls. I just, that's my gut, and I don't know, but I'm assuming because they know coming in we're both pretty physical, so or sometimes we're physical. So I think that it's going to be a closely called game. That's just my gut.
I know you have eyes on bigger goals, but what would a sweep of ASU mean to this program?
It'd mean a lot. It'd mean a lot because it's what happened. It's what the norm was when I was playing. I never lost to ASU, and then it's kind of flip-flopped the last 10 years, and Charlie does a great job with her program. So I think for us it also sets a statement in the Pac-12. It's not like we just got lucky and beat a couple teams. It's, we're getting better, and we're not where we need to be, but I think it just would say a lot. And if for us, it'd be a lot of confidence going into the Washingtons, and then we talk about controlling our own destiny, possibly playing postseason, whatever that means. So I think it just gets us closer to our goals.
Anything else? Thank you.
Okay, thanks, you guys.
Thanks, Coach. Hang on for a
For
second.
questions?
So what's it like, what do you think it's going to be like playing in front of where you grew up?
I'm really excited. I know a lot of my high school friends and family friends are going to be there to support, so I think it'll be really fun.
Do you think it adds any pressure to you playing in front of your friends and family the first time back as the enemy, so to speak?
No, I mean, I'm really excited. I've always liked playing in front of my friends and family and stuff. I've always wanted them to come to games, so I'm excited.
You guys are halfway through the Pac-12 now.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think was the biggest surprise in the first half, just for you?
For me personally, I would say just the adjustment from the non-conference games to the Pac-12 games, just the difference in athleticism and speed is probably just a big adjustment that I noticed.
And what do you think you guys, what do you look forward to most in the second half?
I think I'm excited for what's to come. I think we are working on a lot of things right now that are really going to better us as a team. We're working on our rebounding, which we need to do, boxing out. So, I mean, we're taking care of the little things, which I think is going to be really important down the road.
What do you think they may throw a different wrinkle at you? I mean, you held them to 29 points here in the first game, and that's very unlike ASU.
Honestly, I'm not too sure. I mean, they'll probably try to mix things up from what they did in the first game, but I mean, I'm not really too sure.
No further questions?
So what's that accomplishment feel like?
I think it feels good. I've been working really hard. The coaches have been pushing me, and just my teammates have been finding me pretty well on the court. So, I mean, I just think my hard work is paying off, and my teammates, are getting the ball into me. So.
Do you think that puts an extra bullseye in your back now that you're kind of more known in the conference?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, now when they do scout, they'll say stuff about how I've been scoring a little bit more and being more an impact on offense. But I mean, I still think that they kind of knew before, so I think that the scout isn't going to be too different. But I think I think that for the game tomorrow, I'm not sure just because I didn't really play that well the first time I played them. But I mean, hopefully I come out and do something this time.
Speaking of that, now that you know about the rivalry having been played here at home, what do you think that maybe you need to change differently in order to be successful at the Wells Fargo?
Last time we played them, I was in foul trouble a lot, so I'd say probably being smarter on defense is a big thing. And then for the team, I know there's going to be a lot of people there for the game because there were a lot of people for us the last time we played them. So I think that we need to just be focused on ourselves and make sure that, we're not taking bad shots or something or letting the crowd get to us.
The coach has been saying the last few games on the post-game press conferences about working on defense as far as rebounding and boxing out. Has that been a big focus this week in practice?
Yeah, she's really emphasized that. We've been definitely working on box out drills and hitting and getting, so that's definitely been a majority of what we've been practicing this week, so hopefully it pays off in the game tomorrow. I think it will. We've been working pretty hard, so.
Is that what you think you guys need to improve on the most, or is there something else that?
Yeah, I think boxing out is definitely one of our biggest things. If you look back at any of our stats from previous games, we've either barely won rebounding or we've lost in the rebounding part. So I think that that's one of the biggest things. Sometimes I think we just go for the ball instead of actually trying to find someone to box out. And I think we can out-jump them, or at least sometimes I think that, and that's not the case a lot of the time. So I think that that's one of the biggest things we need to improve on to be successful here on out.
And now you're halfway through the conference. Are you where you thought you would be as far as the team and personally, or has it gone differently than you thought it would?
I think it's gone pretty much how I thought. I think there were some games I think we could have won. But, I mean, we're improving each game, and we're learning stuff that, we have to go through first. So I think that we're getting better. Our chemistry is getting better. We're running the floor better than we were at the start of conference and even non-conference. So I think just if we keep on improving each game, then we'll be pretty successful at the end of the Pac-12.
Anything else? Okay, thanks, Kate.
Thanks, Kate.
So halfway through the conference season, are you where you thought you would be, both the team and you personally, or is things any different?
Personally, I'm about where I thought I would be, and team-wise, we're actually ahead of our schedule. Because I know a lot of people didn't think we were able, to get wins like we have, or just our record. So I feel like we're ahead of our schedule.
Do you think that now that you've had a taste of victory over the Sun Devils at home, that's going to give you a little bit extra drive going up there as well as being a Territorial Cup game?
Oh, definitely. Tomorrow's personal. Tomorrow's very personal, and it's definitely for bragging rights. And we're going in there with the same mindset we did on December 29th, so we're ready.
What do you think about the increased fan attention that you're getting? I mean, you're getting 2 buses going up there tomorrow. The home crowd is grown in attendance throughout the season.
Yeah, I've noticed we like been getting a lot of like more fans, and I'm so appreciative. I know my teammates are and the coaches are. It's really appreciative, and just to know like our fans are behind us, like we really appreciate that. Like in long stretches of the games, we're stagnant. We just hear our fans rally behind us, like that motivates us. So we're gonna need that tomorrow.
Kind of playing with Plum and Osorhor and Washington has helped you, in playing in that winning environment has helped you on the court and kind of help build the culture, a winning culture here.
It's just you gotta, you gotta have that savvy, the chip on your shoulder. Like I've got to taste my freshman year of winning, and so I've been trying to share my experience, share the knowledge that Kelsey and Chantel told me, and just to, share with my teammates. And so far, it's been pretty good. But just playing with Kelsey and Chantel, I learned a lot, like leadership, and just you gotta encourage your teammate. You have to be that person to pick up your teammate when they're down. So I feel like I've done a great job with that. And I feel like my teams have been very responsive with that as well.
Now that you're halfway through the season, how's your body holding up? Because you get beat up a lot in the games just driving through the basket.
I'm actually doing better than I thought I would. I know I take a lot of hard falls, or I get hacked, but it's not a big deal. I do a great job of recovering, and just the rest of my body are just doing treatment, so I'm pretty good.
Anything else? Yeah. Good. Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, sir.